Welcome back to Myriad Caves, here with I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, as your host and adventurer. We are pretty much exactly where we left off last time. I'd started exploring up this way and had run into a number of mobs. There were a number of zombies and spiders who had spawned up there. These guys, I guess they can't pathfind to me. This guy looks like he's trying to find a way. He's doing a disco dance. You know how zombies are. Ooh, I just heard a creeper fall. Yikes, okay. I believe that suggests to me two things. One is that there's some creepers up there, but another is that possibly, I wonder if the mobs have a modified follow distance, because I don't think a creeper would normally jump down from that far to get me. Although maybe, I just didn't have a good look, maybe that ledge is not as high as I thought. But that makes me wonder if I can kind of get up there from here. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting cave system where everything's just kind of open world and it's just kind of exploring this big cave, and so I'm not sure which way to go. I'm just trying to dig up a staircase to where I come up to somewhere where I feel safe. Alright, I hear another Enderman as I'm getting up to possibly a ledge up here. Oh, crap. Okay, zombies falling from somewhere. Not sure where, not sure if they can get to me. Let's go ahead and close that back off. But there's definitely spawners kind of higher up. And on top of that, I don't have that many torches. Like, I've placed a lot of torches already, but I don't have that much coal. And so I'm kind of wary of using up... Okay, mobs can see through vines now, here in 1.9. I keep thinking that that's going to be my axe. It is not. It is my bow. And speaking of my bow, let's actually use it. Alright. The cobblestone over here almost looks like it's like a dungeon wall or something kind of thing. But, okay, there's more coal over here, so that's good. That's something I wanted to find. And the number of zombies here doesn't feel too overwhelming. Although the baby is going to be a problem. Alright, you go away. Alright, I'm taking a lot of damage here. Crap, I might die. Oh boy. Okay, let's wait for that to heal up. We're going to try out the bread here. Actually, let's try out the bread now. I'm not carrying the bread. Darn it, I didn't bring it along. Oh, I forgot already. Okay, not your typical map. I am curious to see what happens with the rotten flesh. So let's try eating a piece of this. I'm currently at 6 hearts. Okay, it seems like that heals me half a heart. Okay, so that's better than nothing. Alright, so that's good to know. I have enough hearts that I feel good enough to just try to get around this corner at a... Okay, found it. There's one spawner. Great. Let's go ahead and kill you from range since I have the arrows. Let's go ahead and spend some of them. And, okay, there's another zombie coming. But I think after I kill him, I'll be safe enough to gather this coal, and this will give me a lot more torches. And then we can continue on. Right, and zombies are dropping feathers. And obviously there's lots of gravel, so I could make more arrows that way as well. Yeah, so I should not be afraid to use the bow, is basically the message that I am getting. But let's go ahead and craft up some more torches. And I guess we're kind of on what seems to be a reasonably safe ledge, or at least kind of flat, and I've lit up one of the spawners and all that kind of stuff. And so let's continue up on this level, if we can. Do some dancing with creepers. Getting a lot of gunpowder, which may or may not be useful later on. Alright, let's go ahead and break that so I don't get caught in that. And let's try to figure out... Okay, I haven't seen any renewable sources of wood, but there are a lot of these kind of like old, dried up looking trees. So it reminds me a bit of Final Fantasy #1 from that point of view. And I guess also Eventide Trance, where basically... rather than giving you saplings and the ability to grow your own trees, there's just like a number of random trees that you find around the environment where you can pick up wood at different intervals. And let's see, I don't really have a strategy right now. I don't have a really good source of healing, so let's be careful, because if another baby zombie comes up and I hear one, I should be prepared to like jump stack or do something to get away from him. But it looks like there's at least like a, I don't know, narrow cave where I feel like I can at least ensure that mobs are only going to be coming at me from one direction. Okay, but it's just a little through cave over here. There is a fair amount of lava light in different sections. But I wonder, as I light more of this up, if these other sections were kind of being honeypot for monster spawns, and it means it's going to be getting a little bit more mob capped in different areas. I think I probably don't need to worry about that yet, but I can imagine that happening in the future. And I'm going through the torches really quickly here. So really need to, I mean, I could make charcoal, but I don't think I really want to do that with limited supplies of wood. I guess there is more coal here. I'm going to gather some more of this and then figure out where I want to explore next. Okay, there's definitely still more mobs falling from the ledge right over there. Let's actually use the creeper to my advantage over here, I think. Oops, alright. I guess the creeper had already taken enough fall damage. He was going to be finished off by that. I was actually coming back to the base because my axe, which I've been using as my primary weapon. Alright, spider fell down from there too. There's definitely... I wonder if there's spawners in the wall, like right up here or something. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of mobs right over there. Let's just go ahead and item repair. These things together. I really enjoy item repairing. Like, it's not as though stone is a precious resource. I guess wood is slightly a precious resource in this map from what I've seen thus far. But I saw guys, like, falling down from there. I feel like I've lit up a lot of this, so I feel like there's a spawner. Where that baby zombie is right there. Maybe something? Let's do this. Let's take out this guy. And I'm going to make myself a little staircase right over here. Oh, crap. Oh, boy. Yikes. Okay, guy's falling on my head right here. There's definitely something that I'm not seeing, and I'm not sure what. Oh, boy. All right, this time we'll use creepers to our advantage. There we go. I took a little bit of damage, but we blew all those guys up. I can eat 3 of these in order to gain back the 3 half hearts that I just took of damage. And actually, yeah, I can afford to make myself some more leather armor. At this point, leather armor I usually feel is relatively worthless, but when healing is at a premium in a map like this, I think it might actually be worth it to go ahead and try to finish off a leather armor set, and so I'm going to do that. Let's try heading back up this way where I saw all the zombies and the spiders earlier. Haven't been up here in a while. I know there was like a spider spawner right around here. Yeah, it's probably right there. Ooh, there's a chest that says, "Come get me." As well as an effective trap here. If you're not paying attention, easily just kind of run off the edge. Just want to triple check that no spiders are going to be spawning here, because this is all lit up. That is just a normal spider spawner, which is what I saw back behind here before. There's a bunch of gravel over here that's probably just gravel, but since I'm about to go over a precipice in order to reach a alluring loot chest, I'm just going to be extra paranoid and just make sure that there isn't some kind of trap hiding behind that gravel. And I don't see any type of trap. So I think I ought to be safe to go up here. And the loot chest is not trapped. Oh, wow. All right, lots of stuff. Let's just grab all of it. Oh, crap. All right, let's be smart. Okay, if I do that, there was lava coming down from the ceiling. Now the problem is it's still going to come down through here. So what I need to do is this. Crap. And that, okay. There's still going to be lava over there, but I'm pretty sure I can still get my way out of here somehow. Let me just think about it for a moment. Because I do have some access to place blocks out here. I was so worried about traps, but I thought of the wrong trap or something. The block I'm standing on, is this safe to break? I'm fairly certain it is. Yes, okay. So from out here, somewhere I ought to be able to place a block to block up the lava. I could also take a little bit of damage and put some over here. Let me just think about this for a moment and think if there's some other clever way that I should be getting out of this. Okay, I did just manage to place a block somewhere. And so I think if I manage to place a few more such blocks, okay, we just managed to close that back off. But yes, okay, there's a block over here now, and one here. And if I put a torch here, I can probably put a block here and here. Yeah. Okay, I think I have found a viable way to make a tunnel back out of this lava. So let me see if I can make this work. If I do this, I ought to be able to do that. Crap, and this. Crap, 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 crap. All right, just lost my torch. But I did place some more blocks. Oh, no, nope, 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 nope. This isn't claustrophobic at all. All right, from here... Yeah, okay, now I think I've closed that off. Yeah, okay, look at this. Look at this. Making progress. Yeah, baby, yeah. Okay, I think I ought to be able to get my way out of here. I just need to be careful. Okay, I need to put another block here next. There we go. And then, okay, if I want to put a block above this one, I don't think there's an easy way to do that with a torch, but I could probably... If I'm quick, just kind of like reach up and get in there. This might set me on fire and kill me. Actually, maybe I can dig through the floor. I bet you I could do this. Alright, after some tedious digging, I think I might have finally found a way out, because all of this lava is just traveling straight down. And it looks like there is an escape path out here. Can I place... I would love to not fall all the way down there. Can I place a block somewhere a little bit better over here? Yeah, here we go. Okay. Pretty sure I'm going to be able to make it out now. Alright, so there is our first major trap. I wouldn't so much say avoided as, I guess, escaped. So I'm happy that I got out of there alive, and I did manage to get beetroot. I don't remember a whole lot about beetroot, and there's like beetroot soup that I guess you make out of 6 beetroot, and it probably is a good food, and since that was trapped, it might be like worth a whole lot in terms of healing, and so I should play around with that at some point. Oh, crap, okay. Spent so much time not having to deal with monsters that all of a sudden I heard one, and it's like, ah! Where did you come from? Okay, so this is the ledge I just came up to. There are still obviously monsters on higher ledges. Let's... How do I want to do this? Let's just have the creeper blow up. Alright, I managed to not take damage, so hooray for that. Alright, so I was trying to put some light right there to at least get a little bit of light up there, and once again I'll just try to carve my way up here to get up to the next little area and see if we can eventually make our way to the top, assuming that there is a top, and then kind of work our way down without monsters falling on our head at every pass. Okay, here's a new area with some monsters. And for right now, I don't hear any baby zombies. Oh, he dropped a stick, I think. So that's another, it's not quite wood, but it's like a wood-like renewable resource as a result of a monster drop, it would appear. So yeah, it does seem like there's a number of interesting things potentially happening with the loot tables in this map. The creeper, for whatever reason, doesn't seem to see me right at the moment. So I guess we'll take advantage of that. And it's a little bit dangerous, but I'm going to run out here. Just try to get some light up in this area. Oh crap. Wow. Oh dear. Let's do this. Whee! Alright, creeper, once again, if you want to help me out. Thank you. Alright. Just been munching on the zombie flesh. Okay, there is some gravel in the ceiling over there. So that definitely makes me nervous. But we did kind of make it out to another ledge. I don't immediately hear a bunch of enemies above me, which is a nice change of pace. I'm really kind of curious about this gravel now. Let me make sure I'm kind of safe in a different direction. Oh, hello. Yeah, because the creeper could set off this gravel if he explodes, if it does turn out to be like another trap. Wow. I just missed some very close range arrow shots in that creeper. Apparently I'm out of practice with the bow. Let's add some light out here, as well as near the ceiling. All right, it feels reasonably safe over here. I'm really curious. Huh? It's just gravel falling from the ceiling in this case. All right, so there's going to be kind of a back and forth, I expect, between being paranoid of nothing and being paranoid of what is a trap. And hopefully, okay, I see another chest over there. Hopefully with time, I will get a little bit better at discerning between those two different differences. I'm not sure why that zombie seems to be stuck. He's not stuck anymore, okay. Yeah, occasionally mob AI in this game just doesn't make any sense. There are some bits of it, like with the end rods, that I know is just like, you know, explainable by a basic algorithm that the mobs don't see it as an obstruction, and so their pathfinding doesn't try to avoid it. But then there's other things like that, where the zombie was just like 2 steps away from me, and he was just not seeing me. I guess maybe it was a line of sight thing? I don't know. Just kind of guessing. Alright, pretty sure I knocked that creeper off the edge. I definitely hear... Oh, crap! Didn't see you. Where did you just come from? Did you come up my staircase or from somewhere else? Alright, let me take a moment to eat and heal up. Alright, while I'm having my snack, some more zombies managed to find their way to me. Let's try using the sword for a bit, since there are so many zombies here. Yeah, I can get my little swipe attack every so often to knock them both back. I've been playing so much Terraria recently that I need to reacquaint myself with some of the Minecraft mechanics. Yeah, once again, I think I'm just going to dig another staircase up to try to get up to the next ledge. Eventually we'll get to the top of this thing. Oh, hello. Alright, I see a creeper spawner, and I see what looks like it might be a wool chest or something over here. I was just heard monsters, and so I was kind of digging through the wall. This was not... I was originally trying to go this way, and I heard monsters this way, and so I decided to take a peek. Little peeky. And... yes, that definitely looks like some kind of objective. Looks like another tree over here. Let's go ahead and just knock a few of these down, make it easier to see. Definitely a creeper spawner there. Alright, well I might be able to tunnel through the wall and get at these guys and light that up and conquer that area, so maybe I'll try to do that next. Okay, can I get these guys possibly to push each other off the ledge? Doesn't seem like they're quite willing to do that just yet. Oh, there they go. Ha! Great. That is an example of taking advantage of what we know about the monster AI and what's good about it and what's not so good about it. That's taking advantage of one of the not so good about it bits. Alright. Good job, monsters. Way to go and kill yourselves. I'm worried there could still be other things above my head over here, so let's add a little bit of light up here. I did just create a path for monsters, such as this creeper. So let's go ahead and take him out at range, just to make sure we stay extra safe. And I think I'll go ahead and take a risk and run over here and add some light and take out this creeper spawner. Great. Alright, and with that taken out, it looks like there's an objective right out there. There is still more open space in the ceiling of this cavern, and I see that might have just been like squid dying who were coming out of the lava sources. I think for safety, even though it's kind of boring, I'm going to tunnel over there and get a better look at this cavern. Alright, I've tunneled over. I see a spider up ahead. Oh, okay, there's spawners, and I'm pretty sure I'm more than 16 blocks away. And so I suspect those spawners might have extra range. I could be wrong about that. In any case, it just poofed to spawn some monsters. Let me add some light over here, and then back off. Let's go ahead and make that nice thick walkway. The spider's going to come after me? Yeah, okay, that's convenient, because they won't be able to get me here, because you're too fat. How does it feel to be too fat, spider? And be called too fat on top of it all. All right. Pretty sure I can just walk over here. There is still a spider over here, but now that things are lit up, he doesn't seem that interested in me. I do think that there was possibly a creeper spawner over here somewhere, too. I'm not sure. Oh, all right, taking unnecessary damage, which is not necessarily good, but this, I think, is going to be one of the objectives. I guess let's find out. Yes, pink wool. All right, and fireworks. Let's take all the fireworks. I see, they stack, so they're all the same kind. And I'll just take one piece of pink wool. Yeah, I still don't know where a monument's going to be. I intended actually to look a little bit more at the ceiling of this place if I can. Can I add a torch here? There we go. Looks like there might be a ceiling in this place. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weird. I know all about the challenges of open world map design, and I guess yeah, I have no idea what order I'm gonna be encountering different wool pieces. But that was, I mean, I did a bit of tunneling, but relatively easy to get to. And so I'm gonna bring this back to my base, and maybe next time then we'll try to spend a bit more effort doing exploration, not with the intention of trying to find particular objectives, like going after loot chests and such, but instead see if we can figure out the layout of this area and see if there's any hints of a direction towards the monument. Because I would like to find the monument and kind of set up a more permanent base rather than just like the little chests that I have over here. A little bit of a shorter episode today, but having escaped a trap and managed to find the pink wool, I feel like that makes a good cohesive episode for today. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Myriad Caves by renderXR. Bye-bye.